Back to the daily grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
What's beef? Beef is when you need two gats to go to sleep. Beef is when your moms ain't safe up in the streets. Beef is when I see you, guaranteed to be in ICU. Motherfucker. No, I'm just playing. Freddie Roach wants all the smoke with Edmond Tarvarian and Rousey. Yo! Hey, Edmond's gonna respond to this. We already know he's trying to get in the headlines. Well, according to his last interview on Ariel Helwani, when he was trying to throw Ronda Rousey in the cage versus Chris Cyborg. But that's not what this is about. This is about Freddie Roach. George St. Pierre's boxing coach is coming out and saying, believe me, I'm the nigga boy, they love me in the streets. Alright, that's not what he's saying, but he is saying, believe me, we're not going to be like Ronda Rousey, where someone told her she was a good boxer when she was winning every fight of her life on the ground. I'm not going to lie to my fighter. We've been working on everything and we will take advantage of everything. The legendary coach also told ESPN, I've never been an elite MMA trainer, but George just made me promise I would work his corner and I'm holding up to that. This might be a little different than boxing, but it is combat sports and I know how to fight. I used to be a wrestler in high school. I was never a great wrestler, but I have an idea on it. Watching it during camp has given me a better idea. Everyone in the corner is really friendly with one another, and I will give the best information I can in there on fight night, and it won't be strictly boxing. This is interesting because Freddie Roach, of course, is a legendary boxing coach, but he's saying, hey, I'm not gonna fucking take the Edmond head movement, Edmond and head movement. I just realized how close those Edmond head movement. Okay. That's not what this, but he said he's not taking that approach. He's not gonna fucking lie to his fighter and say, oh yeah, you got the best hands. Oh, I don't know why. I just thought about Ronda Rousey on that tough. Edmond, she says, I don't know how to throw a punch. I don't know why that stuck in my head. All right, so he's not taking that approach. He's saying, Edmond, you know, GSP's a known, and that's kind of, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because we expected George St. Pierre to rely on his wrestling in this fight. That's kind of what we expected, but a lot of people have alluded to the fact that GSP is training with Freddie Roach is the fact he might come out here and try and box with Michael Bisping, try and prove a point, try and make the fight entertaining. He said he's not going to try and, you know, he's going for the finish. He wants to either knock Michael Bisping out or submit him, but if his coach, his boxing coach specifically, is saying, hey, I'm not going to try and force him to use those hands. If he's got to rely on the wrestling, that's what he's going to do. I'm not going to fucking try and get credit for his boxing skills just because I'm his boxing coach, which I think that's been happening a lot lately, and that would be low key. But have you noticed, like, let's say somebody's jiu-jitsu coach, if somebody fucking gets a cold submission, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if they go on a press tour, but it seems like, you know, coaches tend to want their fighters, like a jiu-jitsu coach wants his fighter to submit his next opponent. A boxing coach usually wants his fighter to knock out his next opponent with the hands. But a good coach wants their fighter to win the fight, you know what I'm saying? That's what this sounds like to me. Freddie Roach sounds like a good coach here telling GSP, hey, if you got to rely on the wrestling, do that. Don't try and be a boxer just because you got me. Don't try and show everybody how good of a coach I am. And two of the most, well, actually the most recent, otherwise, you know, just the person I'm thinking of off the top of my head, Eddie Bravo, you know, he was saying he wants to see Tony Ferguson. He said, Tony Ferguson can beat Conor McGregor. He can probably knock him out. But, you know, of course, he would love to see him choke him out, take him to the ground and choke him out down there. And that's his jiu-jitsu coach. I mean, Eddie Bravo would get a lot of notoriety with that. But, I mean, I'm not saying he had any ill intention. Of course, if you're a jiu-jitsu coach, you want to see the guy you've been training choke out the motherfucker in the biggest fight of their life. That's natural. But it's dope to see Freddie Roach say, even though he's a boxing coach, I'm not going to go in there and in between every round, you got to rely on your hands. All right, to go in there and throw those combos we were working on. You know, he'd been getting fucking outboxed and Freddie was still in the corner. Come on, head movement. That's not going to happen. So that is kind of dope. Freddie Roach continued to say some more stuff. He kind of talked a little bit about McGregor. He said McGregor's a cocky kid and he did okay in the fight against Floyd Mayweather. I would just say okay. I would enjoy that fight and I would like to see that fight happen. It's possible. And he's talking about GSP versus McGregor. But I mean, that seems so far off. I guess it's possible, but it really seems so far off. So we're not gonna talk about that here. So this video is just about Freddie Roach throwing a little bit of shade at Ronda Rousey and Edmund Tarvarian. He said he's not gonna have his fucking fighter going out there like that. It's not going down like that on his watch. So it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you tell me in the comments, cause I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.